What did you say a second ago? What your exact
Well,
words?
I said, I can tell from looking at it that I will like the feel of it. I can see that the wood is soft to touch.
There you go.
Oh, it's exactly as I thought it was going to be.
Is it or is it not?
No, it is, really.
This is the Squier 40th anniversary, which, if you do a comparison of the spec, it is a classic vibe that they've just amended a couple of bits. Basically, they've put a different neck plate that says 40th anniversary. They've given it a satin finish, including the neck. Oh, and either binding or fancy inlays, and an anodised pickguard. So
it's fancy inlays.
Oh, some of them have blocks, like the bases.
Oh, okay.
Now, this has got double bind. I don't know if it's real binding. I obviously will find out when I take it apart. I don't know how I came to this conclusion, but I thought, I wonder how similar to a classic vibe it is. Same bodywood, Nato. It's exactly the same Fender Alnico V Fender spec pickups. It's just quite a classic vibe spec. But how good does the neck feel?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Like
I say, it's really soft.
It's got a rolled fretboard.
Yeah, that's nice as well.
That's unreal, isn't it?
Yeah, for like, well, bearing in mind what I would compare this to for what I've owned is the Fender Player series.
Yeah, how does it compare?
This neck is 10 times better than that.
So a Fender Player, I know they're about 630 because I checked. I was going to check the price of a classic vibe. I can't. In fact, I'll do that now. I'm sure they're about 350 or
They're
400.
630 now.
Yeah, inflation rate.
Unbelievable. I think I got mine for 500, 550.
Yeah, mine was 500. Okay, 330, so it's 300 quid cheaper. Sorry, we'll compare it to a Fender Player neck. So we've had quite a few Fender Players.
Yeah.
How? I mean, it's better, isn't it?
It's basically how you would want your Fender Player neck to be, and basically what I did with mine. You got rid of your Player anyway, but I rolled the fret edges. I don't think I sanded the back. I think the back was fine. It was just the fretboard and the edges was terrible.
Yeah. So I had a guitar Fender Player FSR Strat Sonic Blue.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Was that a Player?
Yeah, but FSR.
Oh,
so
yeah, that was
about 800 quid at the time. I think they're at 900 now. Fender Custom Shop Fat 50s pickups.
Yeah, that was a good
Which
guitar.
is where that whole love for those pickups began. But I've just ordered, because they did a Sonic Blue Strat version, I've just bought one of those off eBay for like 215 quid, because I was like, I don't think people realise they're a classic vibe. I think they're like some, dodgy thing. So obviously we're going to let them know in this video, because Towman are selling these for 250 quid.
That is ridiculous.
And they are, I mean, it's better than because you're basically going to get a Fender Player neck, a guitar body. You're ordering the parts as we speak to make a guitar, because I couldn't find a Fender Player that was good enough, so I had to make one. But I had to do some work to the neck.
Yeah.
The neck's better.
Which is exactly what I'm anticipating I'm going to have to do as well.
Yeah, you will, because I've bought more than one.
As much as we always on this channel say it doesn't matter what's on the headstock, I want a butterscotch telly with Fender around.
Well, that's the thing. That's a better neck than any Fender Player
Yeah.
neck. But if you sand it off and put a Fender decal on, I'd almost still rather have to do the neck work and have a Fender logo on it.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, which makes no sense, even though that is a better neck. One thing I will say about the neck is, can you just, if I hold it carefully, just run your fingers up the back of it, right along the skunk stripe slowly.
Oh, is it?
Can you feel a little bump?
Here.
Where is it? Fret 7, there's a little bump here. Let me get this little ruler out.
Put it this way, it's not something I've noticed, or not obviously noticed.
It's tiny, but there is you can see a little gap underneath the thing. Maybe it's a divot here.
Right.
There's a little, but you can't really feel it because
I wouldn't even
well,
notice.
as someone that makes guitars and a carpenter,
Such
or
a little
ex-carpenter,
princess.
well, that's the sort of thing I was like, oh, like if I'd made that neck, I'd be like, oops, I better sort that. But apart from that, it is brilliant. What I will say about the pickups, which a lot of people have said that they don't like the neck pickup on these, which is it's the classic vibe set.
Is it brass backplate?
Well, no, because it's a Tele pickup, but I reckon it's a brass cover, because when I was playing it, when I played it the other day, I kept going to turn the tone up, and I was like, oh, it's on full. I bet it's brass. Yeah. The problem is, if you have a really good pickup and you put a brass cover on it, you lose all the high end.
Quite like this pickguard as well. Anodised.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We can do an upgrades video on it anyway.
Is this aged hardware?
Yeah. So, Dilly Talks Tone did a video on these, and he said it looks like it's been sanded with an orbital sander. It doesn't.
No.
Also, not to say anything bad about old Dilly, but he fitted a set of pickups which are exactly the same as this, and I'm going to fit a set of tone riders which are exactly the same, spec wise. So same magnets and same resistance, and I think because he was like, that's weird. It's exactly the same resistance as what my pickups I'm going to put in it.
Right.
I think he should have realised that it's going to be a brass, because it's got to be.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that can make it sound terrible is a brass cover. If it's the same spec, it's the cover. And I know what you're thinking, why don't I just put a new cover on it? The problem is with the way they're made, the pickup can often fall apart, which one of us found out with a Fender custom shop no-caster pickup.
Yeah. One thing I did notice, this is quite nice. I don't know why. It felt slightly smoother than most.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
I can't believe it's...
Oh, the other thing on my Fender player is the jack socket. There is zero chance I can do it with 2 fingers.
Yes, these are a hammer.
I literally have to ram it in really hard with like, a lot of force. Quite a difference.
Bridge sounds right. How cupboardy is the neck?
Yeah, that's yeah.
And I know this is a Fender custom shop pickup. No, it's not. This is a Monty's. Oh! If it had a chrome cover, not chrome, nickel cover, nickel silver, because people were like, oh, it's actually nickel silver, not nickel. I'm like, yeah, idiot.
Wow.
Can I,
that is a
just
difference.
so it's consistent with me, sorry. It's like the tones roll down, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's bad, but...
plug that back
sorry.
in.
Pinky?
Yeah, and roll the tone down.
It's nearly all the way down. Down there, isn't it?
Not far off yet.
Do you want to play?
That's ridiculous.
I mean,
yeah, let me have a little go.
So, I'd say change the neck pickup. The bridge pickup sounds alright to me, but to get half a set, I mean, I'd go Tone Riders just because they use nickel silver and I trust them, and I don't like buying things twice because we've done that too many times and I'm sick of wasting money.
Yeah. It's not too bad in the middle.
So dark. It just feels like you need to roll the tone up, doesn't it? It's unreal.
Far too dark for me.
For a telly, there's no telly twang in that neck. Is that really with the tone?
Yeah, that's literally.
I keep thinking you turned it down.
Yeah. Well, what happens if you turn it down? It's underwater.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like a humbucker without the thickness. So it's butterscotch for satin, which doesn't
like that.
look traditionally butterscotch, but
No, it looks good though. Yeah,
brilliant guitar though, isn't it?
feels nice, plays really nice.
We're going to do a mods video on
that's
this,
the
but
problem.
in all seriousness, I would change it if you're going to buy it, buy one of these, 250 quid from Towman,
Yeah, that's.
and the Strat one, because I was going to buy a Strat one as well. I was like, I've got to buy it before I do a video. Not that we're going to shift like the market, but if they've only got a few left, I want to get one while they're cheap.
Yeah.
But 200, I can't believe how good they are. I'll put links in the description to this.
Yeah, I can't believe that cheap, because I was looking around on different websites and they were
400 quid each
400 quid,
guitars, but they're busy having high prices and slagging off Pete.
String through as well, which is another feature that both of us like.
Yeah, and something you can't get on some of the other lower end Squiers. So these are things that I look for, which a lot of people probably don't care about. I like the skunk stripe.
Yeah.
And I also like the walnut plug. And I know that's a bit picky and pointless.
That is pretty picky and pointless.
Yeah, but I really like it.
You
Also,
like.
I'm going to change these to the Geica tuners, which I seem to be putting. Obviously, Geica make, but the vintage style, which I normally hate. But with these vintage ones, you know, like on a bass guitar, it has the hole in the middle, and you put the string in. I've never had a set of those. Why aren't they all like this? I was like, you know what? I'm going to have a guitar that's different.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any guitars with that same bass.
250 set. No, it wasn't. I bought a B-stock one. This was like 222 quid or something.
Yeah. So the new ones are 250 something.
Yeah, 257, I think. Sorry, just thinking about that. This is definitely better than Paisley, Jet. I'm going to say better than Harley Benton. But it's the best Squier.
Have we ever had a Harley Benton telly?
I don't think we have, but they're always. You can hear they've got cheap parts and cheap pickups. Like spec-wise, this is like rolled fretboard.
Yeah,
I know you get that on. I know Squiers are, but for Squiers,
I'm pretty sure the
sometimes
Harley
too
Bentons
rolled.
are as well.
What?
Because I'm pretty sure my Strat
Is what rolled fretboard? I wouldn't be surprised. It just feels, full thickness.
Yeah.
This is
double bound as well, which is quite cool.
This feels like a proper full fat. Like they, apart from that neck pickup.
Yeah.
Like they haven't. Do you know when you get a cheap, like Jet? when you play a jet guitar, you can feel they haven't done the frets. That's where they save the money. With Paisley, obviously they've gone for an old finish, which is they've gone for a cheap finish, but it looks good. So they've gone for they have to save money. So you can't get 150 quid guitar and have it with Seymour Duncans because they cost more than the guitar. So you've got to save money somewhere. With this, I'm like, apart from the neck pickup.
But a lot of people would buy this guitar to change the pickups anyway. So
yeah, I mean, I'm going to.
It's the only thing you would need to change to make it like a perfect guitar because it feels great. The neck's great. The body is great. A body is a body, really, as long as it's the right sort of weight.
Well, yeah, I agree,
shape.
and it's full thickness. Yeah. And some of the other Squiers and some other makes of Teles don't have a through body, which I really like, and I think it should have to be traditional. I would like to know if it's real binding. Now, Dilly said it was, but I don't trust him. No offence to the old Dills, but looking at it, it looks painted. I will take it apart and have a look because that is what I'm like. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's really nice and soft, like I anticipated.
This is the guitar I'm playing the most at the moment. not plugged in though. Yeah. Plugged in, I'm playing El Pinky.
Yeah, I mean it's basically the same guitar, isn't it? Just
it's astoundingly good.
That's basically that's my created Telecaster.
That's my custom shop Tele that has a Mexican neck, but
How do you feel playing with this without the gut cut?
Couldn't care less because it's satin.
There's not a lot to say that's bad about this at all. I like the neck plate as well, which is irrelevant. But
yeah, I'm surprised these ones are going so cheap. I think people are like, oh, it's the 40th anniversary, it's a year or two old, don't buy them.
Well, I remember them coming out, and I really wanted one, but I was buying other things at the time.
Yeah, same.
Because they've got the green one, green Tele, and I was like, I kind of want that, but I didn't really need that. There's loads of different things that they had, and I thought they were all really good. And I thought the price would just stay like the Player Series. I thought it would just stay up like that. But $250 for this is ridiculous.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, well, I'll buy that, and it arrived, and I couldn't believe how good it was. Yeah. I was like, well, I'll have to buy more.
Stock one.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, really good.
Right, we go on the cupboard pickup. I'm playing something in 7.
I'm surprised how bad that is.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Like, that's the
best guitar ever, the worst.
Tele.
Yeah. With a bit of drive, I think they would. It's the cheapest drive pedal I've ever owned as well. I think you could just about get away with it on this. Yeah. If it was a humbucker with that cover, you'd be like,
that was a little bit dark, but
no
you could have put the treble up on that, I assume, as well.
Oh, completely. Bit on the middle. The bridge. It's got a nice sweep to the tone pot as well.
I was going to say the bridge is probably a little bit too spangly, but I think people that love Teles love that Tele sound. So you turning that tone down is exactly what you need it to do, whereas you can't do anything else with this neck one currently. Because it's just too dark.
Yeah, you need to go high. Also, it's got a good sweep to the tone pot. Some are like all the action between it's just like, it's brilliant. These are, I wonder if they're full size, but they're definitely audio pots. I'll put a bit of grit on the bridge because why not? That sounds great.
Do the same thing in the middle, please.
In the middle?
Yeah.
The tone was all the way up at the start. I had to check.
Oh, okay.
I'm not doing it as a joke. I keep thinking the tone's down.
Yeah, I thought
because the neck is so dark.
Yeah, I think that you really notice that difference when you go from the bridge back to the middle, but from the neck to the middle, it just sounded so much nicer.
Yeah, because you've gone from, yeah, it's brilliant. I'm going to have this as a Nashville one as well. I'm going to go a Nashville set in it. Here's a video on Fender player guitar anyway. Really good guitars, really good bass. I mean, it's the foundation for a really good instrument, but they do need a fret job. Same with every one I've got, but it says Fender on it. So shallow.
It is very.